We were recently retained by a soda pop manufacturer in the Southern California area to come into their offices and do a investigation into why the profits seem to be not as good as they had in previous years. And one of the things that they were insistent upon us doing is placing undercover agents inside the facility. Well, let me tell you, I believe that that is kind of a private investigator's ruse to get more money and is simply not a good use of time, money, or the private investigator's efforts. First of all, you could put somebody in an undercover capacity for 4 or 5 weeks, spend $40,000 or $50,000, and come up with a big fat donut. Now, what you want to hire is a private investigator that has interview and interrogation skills. Forget the undercover part. Take that little bit of money and put it towards world-class people that are in your area that can come in and talk with the employees and determine in a relatively quick fashion, and I mean less than 1 day, who some of the bad guys are. Because once you find one bad guy, all the rats will jump ship. So once we convince management not to do the undercover situation, but to focus more on interview and interrogation, it took our team about 2 days to actually find out what was going on. And we had about 4 drivers that would load about 20 pallets on a large 18-wheeler. And they were actually leaving the facility and checking out as if they only had 18 pallets. And what they would do with the other 2 pallets is drop it off at a local store, or they also had an area where many of the drivers were dropping the pallets off and they were later sold at a swap meet. So we were able to find where they were diverting the product. We then were able to find out who bought it, and we're able to actually go to the swap meet and see the people selling the stolen product. The client in this case was extremely happy for 2 reasons. One, they didn't have to spend a lot of money. They didn't do the undercover part. We got right in and did the interview and interrogation, and they were able to get rid of 4 employees that were basically stealing them blind. And the last thing that they were very appreciative of is we put about 7 or 8 different recommendations in to prevent this from ever happening again. And we're pleased to report that we haven't heard back from them, and we hope that's how it continues.